Hey guys, how you doing? Bob Augusto, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I was cleaning up some of my hard drives. I've definitely accumulated some space in the hard drives. And I came across my first video I did. Back in November, I had bought a ZG1000 for a parts bike for the ZG1000 that I have that I've showed rebuilding on it. You probably heard me make reference to Concours parts. The reason why I bought the bike was it had new tires, had new rims, and had a lot of other work done to it. But the motor had issues, and the guy wasn't sure exactly what it was. So I went and I took a look at the motor. I reviewed it. It's a 25,000 mile motor on it, and I got the thing running good. So I have a little bit of video on that, on how we do that. The other piece of it is I'm trying out a new camera here. I got a Canon EOS 800D, which is the T7i. I got a 50mm lens on it. It's got some decent background blur for that, which is pretty cool. Standing about 8 feet away from it. Up until now, I've been using a GoPro or my phone. I've been using a contraption or a see if I get that in focus. I've been using an arrangement like this, which is basically a Hero 5 with the microphone adapter on a nice little case. It's a, I don't know if you're gonna get that. Ulanzi. Anyway, it's pretty neat. It puts everything in a nice package. This is a nice Feiyu Tech selfie stick I used. So on my camping trip that I went out last week, when I did the bag liners and I did the Danforth Bay for Mother's Day weekend, this is the rig that I took, recorded on 4K. So anyway, I'm just accumulating a little bit of B-roll here, trying to get accustomed to the camera. It seems to be working okay, but I just want to make sure that this is working and it's viable to that the audio is working, because the microphones on the damn thing suck. And just trying to get a feel for this 50mm, because you definitely got to be away from it a little bit. All right, so anyway, let's get to this video. Let me show you how I got this bike running, my thought processes. It's not as comprehensive. There's a lot of pieces missing out. It was my very first attempt at videotaping anything. I actually created this video without the assumption that I was going to put it on YouTube for YouTubers. This was actually something for myself and family members. So I didn't pay much attention to detail. Plus, like I said, it's my first attempt. So here we go. All right, let's try that. So I put the cam chain tensioner in. That's right here. I got this thing on the tripod. So we're going to crank the motor over. I don't see to show any slop. Let's crank the motor over. And that's absolutely silent. That's fantastic. So my next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this bitch started. So I'm going to check the valve clearances. So this right here is the adjustment. Okay, there's two of them because there's two valves, and you got one here and one here. The premise is you loosen this nut, you loosen that nut. With the lobe, if you notice the lobe pointing up, which is at the bottom of the stroke, you take a measurement with the feeler gauge here and here, and you want to just tighten them so they slide through, and that's your gap. So with that said, I'm going to stop and I'm going to get my hands dirty. Okay, so I found that the carbs were drained already. So it's got the timing chain adjuster. It's got the carbs. Now filling with fuel. I'm going to need to plug that vacuum on. Because its plugs in, its coils in. Hopefully it's got some fuel happening in the carburetor, aside from the mess I just friggin' made. And I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna crank it over, give it a little bit of choke. Oh joy, okay. See bubbles coming up. Well, the question is, am I getting spark? Because that comes out of there. Oh no, that's fine. This is the. There ain't nothing going in the carbs. That bubble's empty. You go hungry. Alright, well, we're going to have to figure that out. Maybe some fuel. Maybe it's the fuel filter. I don't need it to run great, I just need it to come to life. Easy. There's fuel coming out of there. Question is, am I getting it on the other side of that filter? Because that filter could just be trashed. Yeah, this is going to be a project, though. All on its own. The question is, there's fuel in the filter. But is the filter varnished to the point that it's not letting it pass? I don't know. And I don't want to fucking... I don't want to wait. Keep spilling on fuel on that prick. Keep spilling fuel on me. What am I looking at here? Oh boy. That's some hard hose. That's fucking gummed. The carburetor is going to be the same fucking way. Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the carb is going to be the same fucking way. Well, that's dumping fuel now, nice and clean. Alright, so that fuel filter is filtering fuel. Alright, so if I put some fuel in here now, it's going to get its way, work its way to the carbs. Let's try it. Carbs might be knackered. We'll have to check the spark, but check the spark. The carbs are coming in to fill in. I think I'm feeling a spark. That sounded like something. That sounded like something. Well, let's see if the carbs are getting fuel now. If I get no fuel down in, nothing ejects, we're done. Yeah, there's nothing coming out. Nothing. No fuel getting in there. She's a fucking live. Yeah, it's fuel. Yep, that's the problem. She sounds good. That motor sounds good. She's got that telltale whine I like. Okay. Okay, so fast forward 3 days. Come to find out the carburetors on the bike were all gelled up. So I went ahead and I took them all apart, rebuilt them. Okay, put the motor all back together as you can see, rebuilt them. And now we're going to see if it runs. Should run good. We'll see. Wow. That sounds good. That sounds really good. She's perky in the bit. Again, I used everything that was there. I can't get over how well this bike is running. Listen how quiet that motor is. I still need the fuel. parts for the bag, put it in the other bike. That's all. Yeah, it's running good. Woo! Still got fuel in there too. So, oh yeah. It don't run any better than that. That don't run any better. And I haven't even done the car balance. That's exactly the way I bought the bike. It runs good. The cam chain tension was bad. The carburetors were gel. They were just filled with jelly. I cleaned all of that up. I started it last night really quick and I got a weird noise. And I didn't know what that was. And I come to find out. It was the breather to the valve. I'm gonna try to put it in gear. In gear. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'll take that for $1.